I don't want no drama.
Looking is good. I'm in my prime. These niggas wanna get played. If these bitches ain't mad, I need to go harder. I can't let them think who this ain't. Hey, I'm at the top of my game. I'm with it. Hey.
I don't want no drama.
Lord, I'm having a heart attack. Damn, this is some scary shit.
Good evening, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Panda on Panda. It's your favorite and God's favoritist girl, Panda. I'm happy to be back today, and today I'm gonna do another story time because I feel like y'all liked my last story time, but I do feel like I got a little bit of backlash on my last story time because y'all simply just don't understand my humor. But I meant everything I said in the last video. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel like I gave a very just assessment of the guy that I had went on a date with, and I know that some people don't like story times, and that's fine, but why watch the story time about a date and stuff and then criticize me for making a story time about a date? Like, you're saying that you believe that making story times about dates is corny, but yet you watched it even though the title is very clear what my video is about. I don't know, it gives y'all want to fight with me in the comments over anything, and honestly, I'm not sorry about anything. I mean everything that I have said, and y'all are just gonna have to continue to fight me in the comments because deep down y'all got to know that I really don't care. Apart from that, apart from like the response of the video, it was really good, and I think that most people enjoyed the video. And I just want to start out by saying that it's okay to have differences in relationships and stuff like that, and to not always agree with your partner. I do feel like politics and stuff is probably not one of those things that you should disagree on, because, you know, what y'all don't understand is laws are life and death to people, because that is what shapes our society and stuff. So you can't be like half-massed with it. You can't care halfway. You can't be like, oh, I care about human rights and stuff like that, and then date somebody who don't care about human rights or isn't knowledgeable about human rights. Like, that's just weird. I wouldn't think anybody would recommend anybody date somebody that doesn't have the same political views as you and stuff like that, because political views are ethical views, they're moral views, and all of that type of stuff. So all of that stuff matters, and I said what I said, and I'm not taking it back. It just simply is what it is. I feel like by now he kind of saw it. I didn't say any names, so if you're commenting or you're drawing attention to the fact that it's you, I'm just gonna assume that you want people to know that you had a date with a hottie like me. Like, you want people to know it's you and stuff, because I don't think any of the people who watch my stuff are looking for you, Bookie. They're not looking for you. But everything I said was truthful. Everything I said was honest. On my Hinge profile, I do put, if you voted for Trump, we're not a match. So why, if you're a Trump supporter, would you feel like you should be dating me? And I'm not going to apologize for that. I have been victimized, truthfully, and I want a compensation. I'm finna call JG Wentworth. It's my money and I need it now, period. But I'm trying to be a bigger person and just take it as a life lesson and stuff like that, because this isn't the first time that a man has asked me out with a fake resume and stuff. I feel like people do that a lot and stuff. Men feel like women catfish them sometimes, and hey, we all have our things that we have to look out for. So that's just something that I look out for, and I'm gonna stand on it 110%.
Suck my dick. Whatever you've heard about me, times it by 1,000,000, and if you think it's bad, make it worse.
Okay, so this story time is an old one, but I feel like I want to start telling like my older story times too, so that you guys can kind of get the gist of what type of person I am. Because a lot of times when I tell y'all what's happening to me now, y'all like, wow, that's wild, why would you do that? And it's like, y'all have to understand me and how I have always dated, like, period, and not take it personally and stuff. because it's at the end of the day, it's not that serious. And we can always debate in the comments and stuff about like the ins and outs of relationships and stuff like that, and what's right and what's wrong and stuff. But at the end of the day, you don't have to watch my channel. You could just leave, but you here because you're messy. Because you're messy. You here to get the tea on me. So just enjoy. Like, we don't gotta go tit for tat in the comments and stuff like that, because a lot of y'all be mad at me because I remind you of a girl you dated. But baby, I'm not her, because you ain't dating me. So keep all that aggression and all your trauma that I didn't cause to yourself. Okay, so this story time is about a time when I was in college, and I do want to get into what my life was like in college, just so that y'all can get like a real gist of me, I guess. So this is like, I want to say my second year of college. I was rooming in a townhouse with like 5 other people and stuff. And this incident always reigned funny to me because it was very, very laughable. Because anybody who knew me prior and stuff like that would have known that this was not true. But it is what it is. Okay, so this is the time where I found out there was this guy that we were all rooming with and stuff like that. And for the sake of this story time, we're going to name him, I don't know what name I want to give him. I don't know. I'm just going to call him SpongeBob. I'm calling him SpongeBob because I just don't want people to be focused on who the people are rather than the story. But this is the time where this man basically told everybody, all my friends in college, that I was a homophobe and stuff. Now, all my friends didn't really believe it, but the point is that that's the rumor that he was trying to start. And anybody who is on my channel, y'all already know that I'm a part of the LGBTQ community. I've been a part of the LGBTQ community. I actually started dating girls before I started dating guys. My first experiences were with girls and not with guys. That's just a fact. I don't have to lie about it. But I also am one of those people, like, if you know me and stuff, I don't talk about my sexuality all the time. Like, it just is. The people I have relationships with, especially sexual, they know what my sexuality is and stuff like that. But I'm not very out in the open about anything. And even in college, I was never out in the open about who I liked because I saw everybody touching everybody's private parts and stuff. And I just didn't want to be embarrassed. I'm gonna be real. Like, I just saw college as so temporary, and the way that everybody was acting was scary too. So I was just like, I don't need to tell nobody who I like, if I like someone or anything like that. And it's crazy because I did think a girl was cute in college and stuff like that, and we turned out to be really, really good friends. But I don't think I ever was like interested in doing anything with anyone in college, guy or girl. Like, I was just like, girl, get your 4 years in and get out. Like, I was trying to just do my best and not flop, because I feel like in high school I did my best and I definitely made honor roll and I was like top 20 in my class. But like, I just feel like I was really, really focused on friendships and boyfriends, and those were the things that were like driving me. And I had a great social life in high school and stuff, but I just felt like I wanted to be more serious, and I also wanted to get as far as I can in the next 4 years professionally. Like, I just really always had big dreams and stuff like that. I always thought I was gonna be an actor. I always thought I was gonna do like theater and stuff, and then I thought I was gonna be a news anchor, and then I thought I was going to be a PR person, and then I thought I was going to be like, I always wanted to be in communications, period. But like, that's where it was going. So basically, no one in the college knew what my sexual orientation was. Not orientation, but like what my sexuality is. And so we were rooming with 5 people who, like, arguably at the end of this, we all realized that almost everybody in that house was LGBTQ, and we just didn't know all of them yet. But So me and him, and I want to say that this started over a Halloween fight. I'm not really sure particularly if it was about Halloween and stuff like that, or I don't remember what it was about and stuff like that. But he just kept poking at me. SpongeBob kept poking at me. Like every chance he got, he would be like, "Oh, you have those wide birthing hips." But really, he meant to say that I was shaped like a Coke bottle and stuff. But he would always say in a hating way, he's like, "Oh, her and her birthing hips and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Boy, you're shaped like SpongeBob. You're shaped like a lunchbox. You're shaped like a cardboard box." And stuff like that. And I don't think birthing hips is such a bad thing to say, but it's like I feel like he always used to bring it up in times when it made me feel uncomfortable. That being said, one day we're all sitting in the room and we're talking about Halloween and we're talking about what we're gonna go as, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go as Nicki Minaj for Halloween. And he was like, no, I already said I was going as Nicki Minaj. You can't go as Nicki Minaj. We cannot wear the same thing. Da, da, da. So he starts making this big deal out of it. And I'm like, I'm literally like, when did you say this? And sir, you don't have dibs on Nicki Minaj. We will just do different costumes or something. But he was just so adamant on me not coming as Nicki Minaj. I just was like, okay, fine. You keep it and stuff like that. So he starts getting on me and stuff like that, and he starts annoying me throughout the day, even though I let him have the Nicki Minaj costume, even though everybody was like, no girl, do not let him rob you of that Nicki Minaj costume. But I always had a backup. And was my backup good? No, it wasn't, because I ended up going as Lady Gaga, but nobody noticed that I was Lady Gaga because I was black. I had a full Lady Gaga costume and stuff. So realistically, I should have went as Nicki Minaj because it definitely was not hitting with this crowd and they did not understand. I literally had to be like, I'm obviously Lady Gaga. I don't know. The fact that I had to over explain my costume really made it apparent that I should have just went with the Nicki Minaj costume, period. Okay, so fast forward, he's still harassing me, and I'm not sure why he's harassing me because I gave him the costume and stuff like that, but he's like kind of trash talking me by saying, oh, you think you're this and this, you're not nothing, like, just, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I gave you, and mind you, I thought we were cool because he would always try to be cool with me and stuff, but then like on the slide when it's just me and him, he would try to say little things that would make me think that honestly that he was jealous of me. And honestly, as a grown man, you ain't have no business being jealous of me and stuff, okay? SpongeBob, you did not have no reason to be jealous of me. We weren't even in the same lane, unfortunately. Bookie, I know you wish we was, but we was not. And he was like, just really, really harassing me and then saying birthing hips out loud. Now, like, it doesn't sound extreme, but imagine you're like in a hallway and somebody's yelling, ugh, not Patricia and her birthing hips and stuff like that. And I'm like, it literally was harassment about my body. And honestly, I just feel like I wasn't even a controversial person to even say anything. But he was just like, kind of nitpicking me and saying what he didn't like about me and stuff like that. And I was like, it's crazy how you feel like you don't like anything about me, but you be trying to act like me. Like, everything that you do comes from a black woman. So why are you harassing me like we are competing? We're not competing. You stay in your lane, I stay in mine and stuff. You do you, and I'll do mine. Because before this, I really didn't have no issue with him and stuff like that. And not for nothing, a good portion of my friends have been a part of the LGBTQ community. He's not even the most interesting one. So I was just wondering why he was continuously attacking me, especially since I always kind of gave in to him. But I feel like sometimes when you let people have the win over you and stuff, it just instills that they want more winning from you. Like, if you give them a win, a W and stuff like that, they'll feel like they could pressure you to give them more W's and stuff like that. And it's like, I got to the point where I got irritated and I freaking snapped, y'all. I was just like, you get everything you're doing right now from me. Like, you want to be me so bad, because why else are you on my ass? I don't talk no shit about you. I don't even think about you, but you think about me nonstop. You're worried about what I'm doing, what I look like, what I'm wearing, and it's just, it makes no sense. I said that. He went back and told my girl, we're gonna call her V and stuff, who is a close friend and stuff, and also one of the roommates that we lived with and stuff. SpongeBob went back and told V, oh, she's homophobic. She says that I'm just a nigga, da 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 da, and that I'll never be nothing. Like, just really, I don't know the specifics of what he was saying, but he was really making it seem like it was pointed towards him being gay, instead of it was pointing towards him picking on me and trying to act like he was jealous of me. Like, he made it like, oh, the problem was with me. My problem with him was that he was gay, when really my problem with him was that he kept coming for me and I did not send for him. So he tells V's this. V's like, huh, that's kind of effed up. Da, 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 da. So she comes to me and she's like, hey, SpongeBob told me this, this, and this. And I'm like, girl, you believe that? And then she was like, I thought about it and he be pissing me off too. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like maybe he was lying. I'm like, girl, yeah. And I broke it down to her what had happened and why he was consistently nagging me for no reason. Like, I'm like, baby, I'm not doing nothing to you. I'm literally just existing and stuff. But he lived in the house with me. So I don't know what about him watching me like made him feel that way about me and stuff. It was very, very weird. This is my first like instance having an issue. And the fact that it's with a man is even more weird to me and stuff. We don't even like the same people. And honestly, I think he liked one of my friends. I don't want to say my friend's name. He liked one of my friends and my friends was not even feeling him and stuff like that. So it was also a little bit of that too. Like, I was hanging around people he liked and I guess wasn't giving him no play and stuff. And that cuts to a funny, a funny part where or a funny memory where I remember that same friend that I was talking about was about to fight SpongeBob because he was harassing him too. Like, my friend did not like this man. And I'm sure that he was like trying to, all right, y'all, I don't want to be rude, but my friend's here and we supposed to be kicking it today. So I want to speed up this story time. And I know that I just spent 15 minutes giving y'all background, so we're going to have to excel this shit. Okay, so he went back and told V. V came to me and confronted me. And I told her what the real deal was. And she was like, you know what? Matter of fact, now that you said it, that makes more sense than what he was telling me. And I've known you for a while and you have never said anything that was anti-LGBTQ. And although she did not know my background and like whether I liked women or not and stuff, because like I said, in college, I did not get into that. I simply did what I did in private. And if you weren't there, baby, you just didn't know. But she was like, yeah, no, I believe you and stuff like that. And but he tried to tell everybody that we lived with. And we lived in this townhouse with 5 people, y'all. 5 people. So 5 people heard his story, heard my story, and still chose my side because they knew what type of person I was. But the fact that he just tried to slander my name and call me a homophobe, y'all, it still blows me to this day because this man was out to get me. And I seriously don't know why SpongeBob hated me so much. And I really hope that he has gone to therapy to work that out. And when I want to say one thing, like during the discussion, I really did snap on him. Like, I was like, you wish you could be me. Why are you always talking about me? You're jealous. Da, 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 da. I really was snapping, y'all. Like, I really was snapping. So he could have gotten offended, but honestly, he deserved it. Because why was you on my back like that? And truthfully, till this day, I don't let nobody play with me. Because why, as a grown man, are you on me? Like, it just didn't make sense to me. And I wanted to share that with you guys because it was a time in college where I was really, really genuinely confused. And I had enemies for no reason. It just made no sense to me. Prayers to that man and stuff. But I'm glad that I no longer had to live with him very long. I think he got kicked out of college or dropped out of college right after that. So it was great for me because God removes everything that's in my way. No weapons formed against me shall ever prosper. Okay? So at the end of the day, I ended up graduating. I don't know what he ended up doing, but prayers to that man. I hope he's not still attacking Black women like that. It's weird, but that's the story time for today, guys. I will be back Monday or Friday to drop another video, so stay tuned for that. And I'm gonna go cut this one up right now for y'all, and so I can serve it to y'all today. Okay, I'm getting it quick. I'm being quick. All right, guys, cooking with Panda, cooking with Panda.